So the glare is still there. Anyway, I just want to say something. Had an inspiration. So a lot of times when I do my own tarot cards, I'll do like a 444 thing. I don't know. It doesn't have any meaning. It's just I don't know. And it's like because like I said, I don't know how to read tarot very well. But you know, whatever it gives to me, like whatever I feel from it or whatever, that's what I get. So you know, and then so I usually take like my Pro Tarot, which is one of my favorite, and my first decks really, that I really didn't know. Well, it was my first, like, you know, other than Rider-Waite deck. And then I'll take my Lightseers deck, and then I have this mini Rider-Waite that I use. Anyway, so, and I just kind of go along. I don't know why I do it that way. I think it'd be better if I came up with something, you know. But anyway, so I do that, and then I kind of like read it like this, and then like I'll take different things or whatever. So like columns. Anyway, so the first column, which like whenever you get like, you know, these are for those of you that aren't tarot people. When you get the Three of Swords, everybody's going to tell you, and even if you look it up, most of the time they're going to tell you it's like a third-party situation, or it's heartbreak, or something like that. But like I've read it other places, and I need to see what my lady that I met, that's a tarot master, what she says about the Three of Swords. I never looked into that, but anyway, but sometimes it can be read as healing from heartbreak, and it can also be head over heart, you know, using, not getting like lost in your emotions or overthinking, that type of thing, because we know I do that. Anyway, so my first row was like, so it was the Three of Swords, and every time I get it, like, because I'm a triggered person, I just go, you know what I mean? Anyway, so then, but then it was like, so it went Three of Swords, Sun, which is good, because Sun's usually happiness, or sometimes it can be like, you know, childlike faith, that type of thing, because there's like a baby in there. This reminds me of when Minnow Pond talks about Chris's crappy astrology. This is April's terrible tarot. That's what I should do. Anyway, but then I got the moon like right underneath of it. So you have the Three of Swords, the Sun, and the Moon. So for me, what I thought was, okay, this instance of heartbreak, this instance that kind of where I had to heal my heart over my mind, helped me combine those two aspects of myself, because my sun sign, which is Aries, is very it's, you know, supposed to be very male oriented or whatever, so that's like your masculine or whatever, which, you know, as you know, that doesn't have to be male or female. It's just that part of you, that action, that doing, being, you know, making decisions, things that I'm not very good at. And then, like, my moon sign happens to be it happens to be Pisces, which the moon card can be for, you know, some people say it's Cancer, but because the moon rules Cancer, but for Pisces in tarot, the moon is a lot of times associated, well, I associate with that, but for me, since that's my moon sign, and Pisces is like, you know, ultra feminine, whatever, as far as the zodiac signs go, that's your emotional, that's your spiritual, that's your creativity, which I think, I mean, I feel like in like Aries, there's a lot of creativity, and there's emotional too. Like, I always say this too, people think of Aries as like, you know, we're forceful and blah 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 blah, but tell me an Aries, like, find me an Aries who isn't like honest, seriously. And if they are, they must not, like, must be an issue, or whatever. But like, for the most part, I feel like Aries, they're pretty straightforward and they're genuine. Like most of the Aries people I know, like my mother-in-law, like me and her, like we could fight, like I like to say, girl fight, like I'm walking home from school in the 8th grade. But but she, I mean, I trust that woman more than anybody I know. I know she will not lie to me. Like whatever she says is the truth. So anyway, which is funny because Pisces, sometimes they say that they'll like bend the truth because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. I can see that in me. Anyway, so that was just crazy because this is driving me nuts. I hate it. Anyway, and it's covering up my Deftones white pony, right? Anyway, so and this is like something that I'm gonna test too, see if it comes up, because that's how my mind works. And everybody's always like, oh, tarot, there's so many cards, da da da. But this is what I have to say, when you pull cards and then you like either go to like a website, or somebody else pulls them for you, or you watch a tarot reading on YouTube and the exact same cards keep pulling out somewhere, tell me that ain't something. And then I had somebody say to me too, like, well, maybe you're manifesting that. Well, duh. Then it's still the same concept, right? Anyway, I just thought that was kind of magical and cool. And then yesterday there was like 2, I don't listen to them as much as the ones that the 2 to 3 that I mainly listen to. But they both had like these things out about like, why they do it and appreciation for the people, whatever. But it was cool. Anyway, so I don't know what's being thrown at me here because I'm not a good tarot reader, so I'm not thinking it's that. But so here's my whole point. I'm so sorry. I haven't had any coffee yet. I'm on my way to work. There's a truck in front of me. But anyway, so for a while now, I kind of feel like that's where this whole tower moment in my life, where I had to learn the lesson of, being my whole self. Like yesterday, talking about like, your ego, your shadow part or whatever, you have to take some of those aspects. So it's the same thing, I feel like, because, your sun is, that's your you. That's your what you, your core you. And then like your moon is your emotions and how you relate to people, your creativity. It's what the moon is. It just happens to be that like my sun is like the most, I don't have a sun, I'm talking about my sun sign. Happens to be the most sign, and then my moon happens to be the most sign. And then like my rising sign is Gemini, which I always like, for some reason and for reasons I won't explain, I have an issue, which I always say too. I'm like, I don't know why, because like my favorite cousin and like one of my best friends in the whole world is a Gemini, and she's an awesome person. Gina Moreno from the Deftones is a Gemini, and so why do I have issues? Anyway, I'm not getting into it, but I have to embrace that part of me too, because this whole like this part of me, that's it. And the thing is too is like, well, your rising sign is what you present, what you present to the world, to the outside world, but how you relate to others and what other people see you as. So anyway, so that big long spiel had nothing. My whole point, people, of me saying all of this was that so I had that, like the other 4 too, like the other 3 like rows, I kind of like got those too. But when you have like a major arcana, which the sun and the moon are, that's something that's more like prominent, like more in your life, like it's right now energy. And I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. I'm combining those 2 aspects of myself. I am being who I am, like I don't know a lot about for now until I know what I'm talking about. But so I just think that's interesting because today I turned my phone on, see what time it is and see how much time I have to get to work. And then so one of the readers I watch maybe like once a week or something, she's got Sun and the Moon. And then she has the Knight of Swords, which I didn't watch her reading yet because I jumped in the car and did this. But Knights are action. The Swords is like sometimes it's messages, it's communication. So maybe, and I just got chills by thinking about that. That whole thing was like communication about that. So I'm interested to see what happens today, to see how many things I see pop up that resonate that with me. And I'm so sorry for me, like all over the place, being myself. But yeah, so I just thought that was fascinating, and I want to share it. So anyway, that's all I got to say. I might do another box of positivity. I want to do that at least like 3 days a week. Try to, at least. Especially when I'm at work, because it's so easy. Like, I can just, and then, find a song that pops in my head. There's a lot. And then there you go. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later.